Good morning. What it do, all my crew? What's up, what's up? Come on in, everybody. What it do, what it do? Come on in here. It is Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, guys. This is your Wednesday morning wake-up call with Alissa Holt. Unfiltered chats. I have something that I want to challenge you with today. Hey, Alissa, what's up, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Let me know as you're jumping on. Does the sound okay? If it does, give me a heart party, give me a thumbs up. I'm not using the mic today because it was having some static issues. Okay, I see my hubby giving me some hearts, so good. Hey, Lisa, what's up? Good morning, everybody. I have my infamous I don't give a sip coffee cup this morning because it is Wednesday. It is the middle of the week. We are here. We are showing up for life. If you are kind of like, I don't know that I'm here showing up for life, but hey, I'm here on this feed. I am going to give you something to encourage you today. So come in, share this. This is going to be your 20 to 25 minute wake up call with me. Unfiltered chats. Guys, I was thinking about things this morning from a completely different perspective. And as I started thinking about it, I was like, you know what? We need to talk about this today. So how are you guys doing? Hey, Mandy. Hey, Evelyn. What's up? What's up? Good morning. How are you guys on this Wednesday morning? Have you had your coffee? Are you awake? Are you excited about your day? If not, I hope to get you there today. Hey, Kate, what's up? Guys, if you have not had the Cinnabon coffee, you need to get it because it is like the absolute best. My mother-in-law got me into it and it is so good. I don't know where you're at today. I don't know where you're coming from, but I have something that I kind of want to encourage you with. Don't kind of want to encourage you with it. I do want to encourage you with it. Me and Brandon, we had all day yesterday. We spent in Sarasota at our family's church. They are the worship pastors there, and we spent the whole day recording. Well, a good portion of the day recording, and we even came over to, thanks, bae. We even came over here to the production room, did some recording. We've been creating new content for you guys. We've been getting some new worship hub stuff recorded. So we have been creating, we have been just getting some new stuff out there so that we can give you guys new content. So I don't know where you're at today, but I want to encourage you this morning that this is another opportunity for you to grab a hold of your now. So the past couple times that we have been on here, if you haven't shared this already, go ahead and share it. Hey, Candy. Hey, Haley. What's up, Nick? You guys share this, help me get it out there. Facebook's been really weird about live feeds, so it does not show on everybody's stuff. So the more shares I can get, the better it is to get this out there so people can be encouraged. What do we do on this channel? We literally celebrate each other's dirt. Yes, we celebrate each other's dirt because there are more people walking through dirt in their life that they are trying to cover up than there are people actually walking in destiny, actually walking in purpose, actually walking in that thing that they feel like they can do with their life, or they want to do with their life, or they've been called to do with their life. Thank you for sharing. And I feel that it is so important to grab people by the hand and to create a community where we say, you know what? I'm screwed up. You're screwed up. I messed up yesterday. I didn't show up for my life yesterday. I'm really not knowing how to show up for my life today. But guess what? We can grab each other by the hand and we can say, well, we can social distance through our screens at least, right? And say, you know what? You're not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone in this life. You are not alone in trying to figure out this dirt in your life. You're not alone trying to figure out this divorce. You're not alone trying to figure out this abuse. You're not alone trying to figure out why that family member committed suicide, why God didn't heal that other person in your life. You are not alone. Thank you guys for sharing. And I want to be that person today. Can we just talk about, hey, Jonathan, can we just talk about the fact that I have been getting an overwhelming amount of messages saying that they do not know how to show up for their life right now. And I'm fixing to cry because it is so, quarantine has done something to humanity, right? Because so many of us, the thing that fueled us, the thing that was our safe haven, the thing that was our refuge, the thing that we looked forward to every day was snatched away from many of us. Not a lot of us work in essential jobs. So we are left quarantined at our house, away from people. We are left isolated. We are left secluded. We are left in our homes, and we don't know how to cope. And I have been getting an overwhelming amount of messages from people who are saying, Alissa, my safety was my job. My safety was my school. My safety was the hobby I was involved in. I'm in an abusive relationship, and now I am quarantined in the house with somebody who abuses me every day. Guys, I want to encourage you today, because whatever it is you're looking at, your situation can be so much different than it is. What are you celebrating out of this situation rather than looking at all of the negative stuff? There are people who literally don't feel safe right now because they are stuck in homes with abusive people, children who are stuck in homes with abusive parents, and their safe haven was school. Their refuge was going to school every day. There are daycare kids who never get love truly from their parents, but only truly found love and safety and the warmth of a hug in daycare workers that they saw every day, and they're not getting that right now. There are people who are hiding things about their life, shameful circumstances and guilt and situations that they don't feel like they can talk to their parents about. Teenagers who are hauled up in their room, locked up in their room, and not able to talk to their parents about things, good morning, about things that they are going through because they don't feel like it is okay to share the dirt in their life. So their safety of going to school and talking to the counselor and having their friends has been snatched away from them, right? So there's so many situations right now in this quarantine where I'm thinking not only about the fact that there are people who cannot do the thing that they love to do, that fuels them every day, that lights their fire every day, that keeps them in a constant routine and helps them get out of bed and helps them celebrate life. But there are people in abusive relationships that are stuck in the home with that abuser. There are children in horrible family situations that are stuck in the home with that horrible situation because they can't go to school and have an outlet to find love and support and community. So what is it today that you are facing? That's my question. What is it today that you have been making an excuse because of our situation in the nation to not take a hold of your now? What have you been using as an excuse to not completely grab a hold of progress just because of the process we're having to deal with right now? Because there are literal people who are sitting in their homes right now, paralyzed with fear and uncertainty and shame and guilt because they don't know what to do with this moment. They're stuck with people that they cannot share their hearts with, and they cannot share their dreams with, and they cannot share their desires with because it is a toxic environment inside of their home. So what I want to just encourage you today to not allow this process to keep you from having progress while we wait for quarantine to lift and for life to go back to normal and for buildings to open up again and jobs to open up again and life to be back to what it is that we are all desperately needing right now. I need a restaurant. I need some shopping time. I need, I need community, right? What is it that you are facing? What situation is holding you from progress? Yes. I want you to comment in the thing below, in the comment bar below, okay? I want this to be a community. I don't want you guys just sitting there watching me. We're creating community. I want to conversate with you. This is a real quick, just thought for the day. I'm not on here long. I want you to comment, what are some things that are holding you back from just grabbing a hold of progress today? Is it anxiety? Is it some secret stuff that you don't feel you can really share with somebody in your household today? Is it whatever it is, what is it that's holding you back? Because here's the thing, guys, right now, do you hear me? We can focus on all of the negative things that we have around us and in our situation and in this crazy mix-up of circumstances in our nation, or we can choose, did you hear that word? We can choose to celebrate every day by embracing the process. We can choose to celebrate every day by embracing the process. It's not a fun thing, so I'm fixing to read from my book real quick. I want to encourage you, and then I want to just drop this in your lap, like boom, just drop it like a bomb, let you do with it what you must, what you will, whether you will or whether you won't. I am here to tell you today, right now, you can embrace destiny. I don't care what ugly thing you are looking at. I don't care what ugly thing you are walking through. I don't care what people have tried to tell you about your life and your circumstance and your situation and your character and your past. You can embrace destiny right now. You can embrace the process for your life right now. The process does not have to stop your progress. Type that below. The process does not have to stop my progress. Your process of anxiety and shame and condemnation and past and secrets and depression does not have to stop your progress. Your self-doubt, Teresa, does not have to stop your progress. Do you hear me? Your lack of confidence does not have to stop your progress. You can grab a hold of what today is right now, and you can embrace destiny in this moment and create progress even while you're in the middle of a circumstance that's not ideal. Do you hear me? If you hear me, give me a heart party. I don't want to be here by myself, right? We can focus on the problem, or we can choose to celebrate the progress. Yes. So I want to read, if you have not gotten a hold of my book, Unfiltered, Walking Through Dirt While Embracing Your Destiny, I want to read a little bit of chapter, chapter 6. It's called Pieces. And if you have not click share. If you don't know who I am, I'm Alissa Holt. I come on here every day with unfiltered chats, not every day, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Let me correct that. With unfiltered chats, just to encourage you through your dirt and celebrate you, even in the middle of your dirt, because there are more people that are in dirt than there are people who are walking in destiny. So let me read this to you. Be encouraged, and let's do this thing. Okay. Chapter 6, Pieces. Broken is defined as this: dead inside, torn apart, you lost everything. Maybe that's how you feel right now with quarantine. Maybe that's how you felt before quarantine. Maybe you've been dealing with this thing for a while, but that is what broken means. Have you ever been so emotionally broken that you could feel it through your entire body? Have you ever been there? Give me a heart party, throw me a fist bump. If you've been so emotionally broken, you can literally feel it through your entire body. Let the rest of us know that we are not alone right now while I'm reading this. Let each other know, hey, we are there together right now. I did a study on emotional pain and wasn't surprised to find the research has shown that our brains react to heartbreak in the same way that they react to physical pain. Do you hear this? Our brains react to heartbreak in the same way they react to physical pain. In 2011, Medical News Today analyzed 40 people in New York City who felt immense rejection in one way or another. During the study, they were asked to look at photos, listen to this, of friends, family, and exes whom they directed their pain and rejection towards. While their brains were scanned for changes in activity in comparison, The same 40 people underwent scans to recognize changes in activity as they underwent pain on their forearms similar to a hot cup of coffee being poured on them. As the study was evaluated, the research proved that several of the same areas of the brain became active when the body felt either emotional or physical pain. Do you hear this? The research went on to say it appears that rejection is in a class of its own emotionally and is similar to physical pain, with the ability to affect people in a tangible way. Emotional pain is the real deal. If you have ever gone through emotional pain, give me another fist bump, give me a heart party, because this is kind of where we are right now with quarantine. There are people in another level of emotional pain, and it is a tangible response. Our brains literally react to emotional pain in the same way that our brains react to physical pain. And there are a lot of people right now that do not know how to cope with everyday life because their safe haven, their refuge, their place where they went to go get community and safety and comfort and just that affirmation and the love and support that they need, it has been snatched away from them because they're not essential workers and they're sitting at home alone. And they're having to navigate through this emotional pain and they don't know what to do with it. So here's what I want to challenge you with today. Are you ready? Recognizing where you're at emotionally, mentally, and spiritually is step number one when it comes to moving forward and being able to build toward your destiny and your promise. Step number one, recognize where you are. Do you hear me? Step number one is recognizing where you are. You cannot build towards that thing that you are so wanting in your life until you first assess where you are right now. You can't address the future until you assess your now. Do you hear me? So you have to recognize where you are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It may seem like common sense for some, but for many of us, we want progress without the process. Guys, so many of us want to skip over recognizing where we are because we want progress. We want evidence that our destiny is in our hands, but we don't want to go through the process to get there. Right now, you've been given the gift of embracing a process. Congratulations. Congratulations, right? We have been given the gift to embrace a process so that we can see progress in our destiny. Thank you, Dawn, for doing that. Step one, recognize where you are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You cannot address your future until you assess your now. Here we go. I truly believe we avoid the responsibility to recognize where we are because we think we're protecting our hearts from further damage and pain. Do you hear me? We think we're protecting ourselves, but we're actually keeping ourselves from moving forward in our destiny. It may seem innocent, but if we aren't careful, we'll bypass areas to save ourselves from sorting through the wreckage that desperately needs to be addressed. Okay? One of the biggest questions I had when I realized my husband was not coming home. For those of you who don't know my story, I'm divorced woman after 10 years of marriage, but God restored me. And one of the biggest questions I had was, why didn't you restore it? God, why didn't you restore it? His answer was simple, because there's only one thing I can't do, and that's go against someone's will. I've said it before and I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. Listen to me this morning. Jesus can't touch what you don't allow him to. He cannot touch what you don't allow him to. What area are you not addressing today? What area are you not just admitting is in your life so that you can embrace the process to move forward and progress towards your destiny? You are the answer to restoration in your life. And part of owning your truth is being able to take responsibility when it comes to the pieces of your heart. Listen to this, because this is where we get all tripped up, okay? We skip this part so many times because we think it means we're taking full responsibility for how the brokenness came about. We don't want to take responsibility for the pieces in our life, right? Because we feel like that's taking responsibility for being broken. And so many times we're not the ones that broke ourselves, others broke ourselves, right? And we don't want to do that. We skip this part because we think it means we're taking responsibility for how the brokenness came about. That's not true. Do you hear me? It doesn't mean you were the one responsible for the circumstances. It means you're taking full responsibility for being rebuilt, whether you did the breaking or not. Taking responsibility for the pieces in your life. Listen, somebody needs to hear me right now. Taking responsibility for the pieces in your life does not mean that you're taking responsibility for the breaking. It means that you're taking responsibility for the building. Nobody can build in your life but you. Anybody can break you. Do you hear me? Anybody can break you. Anybody can break you, but you are the only one that can build yourself. You are the only one that can build yourself. And no, Alissa, that's not true. God's the only one that can build me. No, God can't build you if you don't give him permission. He can't touch the things that you don't allow him to touch. I know a lot of broken people. I sat up in brokenness for 13 years of my life and never built one day of that 13 years of my life after I was raped, because God cannot touch what I don't allow him to. God cannot build you when you're not willing to be built. Do you hear me? I don't know where you're at today. This is your encouragement for the day. I know that somebody needs this, so share it. If you don't know who I am, I'm Alissa Holt. I'm here giving you unfiltered chats because there are a lot of us sitting up in our houses right now with quarantine, thinking that the progress has to stop because of the process we're in. Thinking that because of the circumstances and situations, we don't have to proceed with what it is that God wants to do in our life. God has given you a gift of process right now. And addressing the pieces in your life is step number 1 to building towards your destiny. You can build no matter what dirt you're facing, no matter what thing you're going through, no matter what people have told you. Listen, stop listening to the people that are giving you negativity. Shut them out of your life. I don't care if they are family. You know what I have learned in almost 31 years of my life? Just because you are blood does not mean you are for me. Just because you are family does not mean that you have a voice in my life. Just because you have the same DNA running through our blood and our veins does not mean that you have the right to tell me what I can do and what I can't do with God by my side, with my dreams, with my life. Listen, if people are giving you trash, give them the hand, block them out of your life and move forward. You don't need that negativity in your life. I don't care if they're family. God has plans for you, and so many times we allow people and voices that don't even matter to stop us from the thing that God has called us to do, because the people in our life that are closest to us see the pieces. Listen, I'm going to end today with this right here. I'm going to challenge you with this right here. If you're ready, give me a heart party, because this is going to slap some of y'all so hard. I hope that this slaps you so hard in the face that you throw your phone. Okay? That's where I am right now. The people closest to you in your life see the pieces more clearly. The people closest to you in your life see your pieces more clearly. So they are going to be the voices that tell you you can't. They are going to be the voices that tell you you won't. They are going to end up being the voices most of the time. Listen, there are some people that are close to you that will speak truth and life into your life, but the majority of the time, they see the pieces clear. And they'll tell you why you can't, why you won't, why you shouldn't, you need to do this, look at your past, look at that piece, look at that brokenness, look at that thing. You're never going to do it. You're never going to amount up. You never have been able to get it together. You're never going to be able to, right? And I want to let you know today that your people that are closest to you are not always going to be the ones that are the voice in your life to help you build your destiny. Listen, it is your responsibility to address where you are right now and to assess where you are right now. Because if you don't assess your now by looking at your pieces and taking responsibility for them, remember, taking responsibility for your pieces does not mean you're taking responsibility for your brokenness. It means that you're taking responsibility for building yourself again. Anybody can break you, but you are the only one that can build yourself. You are the only one that can build your destiny. You are the only one that can get yourself up out of that bed and do something with the life that God has given you. You are the only one that can move forward from that broken place in your life. You are the only one that can forgive that person that you've been holding on to for so long. You are the only one that can push block on the social media pages that are screaming at you because they are giving you so much headache from the past of regrets and pain and turmoil in your life, and you keep on pushing replay every time you go to that person's page. Block them. You are the only one. You are the only one that can build for yourself. Your process does not stop the progress in your life. Your process does not stop your progress. God's given us a gift of process right now with quarantine. There are people that are stuck in houses with abusers right now. There are children that are stuck in toxic family environments right now because of quarantine. They don't have their safe haven. They don't have their schools and their counselors and their jobs and their passion and their community and their friends to connect with, to get them out of the toxic, abusive, horrible environments of their homes. And maybe that's you right now. Maybe you say, Alissa, I'm right there. Can I just reach through the screen and look at you right now and say, just because you are where you are does not mean that your progress has to stop. Lock yourself in a room and spend some time with God. Lock yourself in a room and ask God to help you navigate the season of your life. Lock yourself in a room and say, God, I need your help, because He's there and we're there. Reach out to me. Reach out to somebody. You do not have to be alone in quarantine. You can have community. You can still have community. You can still have encouragement. You can still have hope. But if that isn't you and you're in a safe place, I want to tell you today that you have the gift of process. You can address some things that you have been avoiding for a long time so that you can build towards your destiny. Don't sabotage this time, guys, just because life is not normal. Don't sabotage this time just because life is not normal, and don't allow the voices that are the closest in your life to keep you from building again just because they can see your damage more clearly than those who can't. They are not the voice that matters. I want you to type right now, your voice matters right now, and we're ending this thing with this. Your voice matters. Type it right now. Your voice matters. Your voice is the biggest voice in your life that you should ever listen to. I'm ending this with this thought right here. Your voice is the biggest voice that you should ever listen to aside from God's voice, right? Let's not get things twisted. Let's not get things twisted. But your voice is the biggest voice you should listen to. Your voice matters. Not the voice of that loser that's telling you you're not enough, you're unlovable, you're unworthy, you're not pretty. Your voice matters. Not the voice of that family member that keeps telling you that you can't do the thing that you want to do because of the stuff they saw you go through. Your voice matters, not theirs. Not the voice of the pastor that told you you are too dirty to do the thing that you feel you're called to do. Your voice matters. What are you speaking about yourself? What are you saying about yourself? Your voice matters. Do you hear me? Your progress doesn't have to stop just because your process looks different. What are you doing today, guys? Take control of today. Step up to today. Do something right now. Address the stuff that you've been avoiding. Stop covering up the dirt. Destiny was written in your dirt before you ever had a chance to be clean, and your dirt is needed for destiny to grow. Nothing grows without dirt. Stop trying to avoid the dirty areas of your life. Do you hear me? I hope this encouraged you guys today. I love you guys. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know that you are not alone. I want you to know that your dirt does not define you. Your decision to move forward from that dirt and to utilize it in a good and positive way is what defines you. Your voice matters. Stop listening to other people. Pick up the pieces. Take responsibility for the pieces in your life today. Do you hear me? And build. It doesn't mean it was your fault that you were broken, but it does mean that it is your fault whether or not you build or not. Go get my book. It's going to encourage you during quarantine, okay? Amazon, Kindle, you can order it on my page. And for those of you who are wondering where pre-orders are, I have been on the phone with Amazon. I was on the phone with them yesterday morning asking them where it was. It was supposed to be on my front porch today, or yesterday. And I still have not received the books. Please pray for me. They told me that the shipping label has been created. UPS has been assigned to it, that it should be on the way in a matter of days. As soon as I get them, guys, I'm signing them, I'm packaging them, I'm sending them. COVID has really tried to mess up things, but that is why I'm on here 3 times a week in the meantime to grab you guys by the hand and say, hey, you may not have your book yet, but I'm going to read a little bit. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to give you life during this time. Let me make sure I've got no questions here that I need to answer before I sign off. Listen to me. You guys have the opportunity to build or to sit down in your mess, right? So let me know in the comments below, even if you're a replay viewer, whether or not this time is working best. Do you like 10 a.m. better? Do you like 10:30 better? The name of the book is Unfiltered, Walking Through Dirt While Embracing Destiny. You can screenshot this. Unfiltered. It's on Amazon Kindle. Let me know in the comments. Replay viewers, please do the same. 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Do we want to try an evening slot, or does this work better for everybody? I feel like in the mornings is best for this because I'm helping you take charge of your today. And I feel like at night, it doesn't make sense. I feel like it should be in the day. Is 10 or 10:30 better? We've been doing 10:30 this week. Before that, for the past 3 weeks, we've been doing 10 a.m. So I love you guys. Please let me know your feedback. If there's anything you think you want to talk about on these lives, please inbox me. Let me know your ideas, what topic you want me to cover. Let's talk about it together. And I will see you guys Friday morning, 10:30 a.m. We're going to continue to do that this week, 10:30. And if you guys are good with 10:30, we'll keep going with 10:30. If you want to go back to 10, let me know and I'll listen to y'all. So we're building this thing together. I love you guys. Be blessed, be encouraged, take responsibility, build yourself. You're the only one that can do it. Join us tomorrow night for worship at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Brandon's page. We didn't get to go for worship yesterday because we were recording all day long, but we will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Be blessed.